hot, dusty, early Friday afternoon in Djenné, Mali. Islam came to Mali through Arab traders in the 12th century. Today it is one of the largest countries in Africa, but also one of the poorest in the world. In the ancient city of Djenné stands this amazing mud-built mosque. It was first built in the 13th century by one of the earliest Muslim rulers of the area. Amadou Cham grew up in Djenné. He now lives with his family in the capital city of Bamako, but visits the city often.
The Mosque of Djenné is one of the oldest mosques in the whole world. Djenné itself is a great town which has really known great Islamic civilization. And I think this mosque, which was first built in 13th century, it's part of the great national heritage.
The mosque at Djenné is typical of West African architecture in its building material, which is mud. Now just think a bit of what's implied in building in mud. Mud may have plenty of compressive strength, that is to say that it won't crumble under direct vertical pressure, but it doesn't have much strength laterally. So if you're building domes, vaults, even a flat roof, and using mud for the supports, you have to make the walls very, very thick. You have to make the supports very, very frequent, and the spaces in between them quite narrow.
Lots of pillars there, but it's quite dark and very silent. So it's really the spiritual experience of simplicity. So they don't have money, but they have traditions. And the Imam there told me, our richness is our roots. And this is where, coming from some other parts of the world, when you have all these great things, simplicity, deep commitment towards God, and within the mosque, this was my feeling.
In Djenné, the town centre comes to life every Friday, the most important day of the Muslim week. Amadou is here to join this large congregation of worshippers. Friday prayers are the prayers in the week that Muslims are obliged to perform in congregation together. They replace the early afternoon prayer. Like the Sunday service for Christians, Friday prayers always have a sermon delivered by the local imam.
It was on a Friday that God Almighty finished the creation of the earth. It was on a Friday that God the Almighty breathed life into Adam, who was the father of humanity. And so he has made that day a day of congregation and as a celebration.
Amadou can afford to go to Mecca with financial help from his parents. Most people in Mali cannot afford this journey. The third pillar of Islam, zakat, tries to deal with this disparity in wealth. Muslims are obliged to give 2.5% of their income to charity.
Normally, you will give zakat to those who deserve it. That's basically the poor. You can also give to members of your family or relative who are deserving or who are poor. In some Muslim countries, you have institutions that collect zakat. They are, if you like, pious foundations that look after the orphans and so on and so forth. In certain Muslim countries, the state collects zakat and then distributes it amongst the poor.
The need for social justice and equity in Islamic societies is greater now than ever before. Third pillar of Islam is a social concept that tries to deal with such issues.